So is English comfortable to you, or shall I use only Telugu? Fine, thank you. Are you following my Happy Diwali? Are you following my English? Okay. So good evening, everyone. This is it is tickling 6 o'clock. So our session starts. As usual, let me recapitulate what we have studied in a earlier session. So I have started with that chapter heat. So this is also one of the important topic which we can or which we have to prepare for exam. This chapter is of class 7. Some fundamentals have been given there, which I have discussed in the previous session. So heat is a form of energy, as I discussed. Later, to know the degree of hotness, we use the word temperature. The word itself is saying heat and temperature both are different. Okay, now let me share the screen. So here you can see the screen, which gives some information regarding heat. Heat is a form of energy. SI unit of heat is joule. It is also expressed in calories because heat is a form of energy. So energy is expressed in calories. But in the sense of energy is work. Work and energy both are same. Therefore, we use the unit, SI unit of heat is as a work, that is joule. And I said earlier, heat flows from an object of high temperature to the lower temperature. To say here, I am using a word temperature, which denotes the degree of hotness or the coldness. How much the object is hot or how much the object is cold. To measure that, we use the word temperature, but always energy of heat travel from hot source to the cold source. When a warm object is placed close to the cooler object, heat energy moves from warmer object to the cooler until here there is a condition. Up to what condition? It travel. Both that bodies acquire the same degree of hotness, the same degree of temperature. For example, a body is at 100 degrees Celsius. The another body is at 20 degrees Celsius, or some temperature is less, only 20 is a degrees. Another body is at 100. So the body at 100 loses hotness. The same energy is gained by the body which is at lower degree of heat. చల్లగా ఉన్న వస్తువు, వేడిగా ఉన్న వస్తువు వదిలేసే ఉష్ణాన్ని మొత్తాన్ని గ్రహిస్తుంది. ఎప్పటి వరకు ఈ రెండు బాడీస్ అక్వైర్ ద సేమ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ హాట్నెస్ ఆర్ కోల్డ్నెస్. ఈ రెండు వస్తువులు ఒకే రకమైనటువంటి వెచ్చదనం లేదా చల్లదనాన్ని పొందేంత వరకు acquire చేస్తాయన్నమాట. Sorry for small interruption. So here you can see the temperature, the hotness or the coldness is transferring from one body to the another body, from where the body is hot to the cold, up to they acquire thermal equilibrium. Thermal means a temperature, hotness, equilibrium. Both the bodies have the same temperature. Yesterday I explained, if you keep a hot bucket of water, after some time the bucket of water becomes cool up to what the room temperature. Okay, in that way, the hot body loses temperature, whereas cold body acquires temperature up to they get a thermal equilibrium. ఉష్ణ సమతా స్థితిని పొందేంత వరకు వేడిగా ఉన్న వస్తువు ఉష్ణాన్ని కోల్పోతూ ఉంటే అంతే ఉష్ణ రాశిని చల్లగా ఉన్న తన చుట్టూ ఉన్న వస్తువులు గ్రహిస్తాయి. అది ఫండమెంటల్ గా మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సినటువంటి అంశం. We also know that energy is conserved. ఎనర్జీ ఈజ్ కన్జర్వేషన్ లా ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ. ఒక స్థితిలో కనబడకుండా మాయమైనటువంటి ఉష్ణం శక్తి ఇంకొక రూపంలో ప్రత్యక్షమవుతుంది అంతే తప్ప ఉష్ణాన్ని నష్టం చేయటం కానీ లేదా గ్రహించటం కానీ అభివృద్ధి చేయటం కానీ సాధ్యం కాదు. లా ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ ఆఫ్ కన్జర్వేషన్ విసే. ఇక్కడ కూడా అంతే, ఒక వస్తువు వేడిని కోల్పోతుంది అని అంటే అంతే మొత్తంలో వేరే వస్తువులు ఆ ఉష్ణాన్ని గ్రహిస్తున్నాయి అని అనుకోవాలి తప్ప ఉష్ణ నష్టం జరుగుతుంది అని అనుకోవటానికి లేదు. సాధారణంగా మనం when we stand near the fire or in the sun in the morning or during the daytime, what happens? We receive energy from the sun. Our body gets heated. మన శరీరం వేడిగా ఉన్నట్లుగా అనిపిస్తుంది. ఎందుకు? we are observing energy from the sun. సన్ నుంచి వచ్చే ఉష్ణ రాశిని మన శరీరం గ్రహించటం వల్ల we feel it very hot. Heat energy enters our body and we feel very hot. But when you touch ice cube, comparatively the hotness of the body is more than the hotness of the ice. Ice is a cool source, whereas body is a hot source. When we touch ice, that more heat from our body is absorbed or traveled through our body to the ice. Therefore, where with the touched part will feel very cold because heat is transferring from hot source to the cold source. This is one of the major reason why we feel very cold when we touch the material like metals, ice and water during the winter season early in the morning, because the temperature or energy of those bodies have been reduced. They become less. But our body is at most energetic because we are energetic with heat. When we touch the bodies, heat energy from our body transfers to the colder bodies. That's why we feel it very cold. But when we touch hot materials, already that material is more energetic than our body. So when we touch the body, heat transfers from hot source to our body, we feel it very hot. Okay, this is the basic reason why we feel very cold and very hot. Very cold in winter season because all the temperatures of the air around us, it becomes very less. But our body is very hot. From our body, heat transferred to the air, therefore we feel very cold. But during summer season, around us, air is more hot than our body. So our body acquires energy from the air around us, therefore we feel very hot. But by touching the object, by feeling it, we cannot say how hot or how cold, what is the dignity or magnitude of hotness or coldness, we cannot decide. To decide that, we use the word temperature. Temperature is a measure. temperature is a measure of the degree of hotness or coldness of an object. See, temperature and heat both are different. Heat is the cause, whereas temperature is we try to measure the cause. Okay, it is an effect. That's what we say. Temperature is a measure of hotness or coldness of an object. The units also you see SI unit of temperature. Usually we measure the temperature. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. It is denoted by K, Kelvin. But we also express the temperature in degrees Celsius or in degree Fahrenheit in general sense. So in weather report, most of the cases you might have heard degree Celsius, or when doctor measures the temperature of human body, he uses Fahrenheit scale. సో ఉష్ణోగ్రత అనేది ఒక వస్తువు ఎంత వెచ్చగా ఉంది లేదా ఎంత చల్లగా ఉంది అని చెప్పటాన్ని ఉష్ణోగ్రత అని అంటున్నాం. ఉష్ణము మరియు ఉష్ణోగ్రత రెండు వేరువేరు. ఉష్ణము మూల కారణం, అది ఒక శక్తి. ఎంత శక్తి ఉన్నది అనే కొలవటాన్నే మనం ఉష్ణోగ్రత, ఉష్ణ శక్తి ఉన్నదో కొలవటాన్నే మనం ఉష్ణోగ్రత అని అంటున్నాం అనమాట. ఉష్ణోగ్రతని సాధారణంగా కెల్విన్ మానంలో చెప్తాం. ఎస్ఐ ప్రమాణాల్లో కెల్విన్ మానంలో చెప్తాం. అదే ఉష్ణాన్ని మనం జూల్, బికాస్ అది ఒక పని లేదా శక్తి స్వరూపంగా గణించినప్పుడు కెలరీలు అనే ప్రమాణంలో కొలుస్తాం. చూడండి, ప్రమాణాలు వేరు. Physical quantity itself is different, that we have to but in general sense common people speak temperature and heat both are same, but both are not same. One is in the form of energy, the other is how much energy is acquired by the body. The degree of energy is expressed in temperature. So here, but how to measure? So we have to keep some rule. So water is the source which do not heat very easily. So based on the boiling and melting points of the water, we can prepare a scale to measure the hotness of the body. So here, the constant temperature at which ice melts is called melting point of ice. Already we discussed it. The melting point of ice is considered as 0 degree. And if you go on boiling it at a standard temperature and pressure, the water starts at boiling at certain point. That is called as boiling point. ఒక నీట్ మంచు ముక్కలని మనం వేడి చేస్తున్నంతసేపు ఒకానొక ఉష్ణోగ్రత వద్ద మంచు ముక్కలు కరగటం ప్రారంభించినప్పుడు ఎంత ఉష్ణాన్ని ఇచ్చినప్పటికీ కూడా అక్కడ ఉష్ణోగ్రత అభివృద్ధి ఉండదు. ఆ ఉష్ణోగ్రత సున్నాగానే నమోదవుతుంది. మనం వేడి ఎంత ఇచ్చినప్పటికీ కూడా, ఉష్ణాన్ని ఎంత ఇచ్చినప్పటికీ కూడా ఆ ఉష్ణం మొత్తము ఉష్ణోగ్రత పెరుగుదలకు సహకరించదు. అలా కాకుండా ఆ వస్తువు ఘనస్థితి నుంచి ద్రవ స్థితిలోకి మారుతుంది. ద్రవం, జలం, నీరు. ఆ పాయింట్ ని మనం ఏమంటున్నామంటే ద్రవీభవన స్థానం. నీటి యొక్క ద్రవీభవన స్థానాన్ని మనం 0 డిగ్రీలుగా గుర్తించుకుంటే, అలా వేడి చేసుకుంటూ పోతున్నప్పుడు ఒకానొక టెంపరేచర్ వద్ద మళ్ళీ ఈ ఉష్ణోగ్రత అలాగే ఆగిపోతుంది 100 డిగ్రీల సెంటీగ్రేడ్ వద్ద. అప్పుడు నీరు మొత్తము ఆవిరిలాగా మారుతుంది అనమాట. ఈ ఉష్ణోగ్రతనే మనం బాయిలింగ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ అని అంటున్నాం. అంటే మెల్టింగ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ నుండి మొదలుపెట్టి బాయిలింగ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ వరకు 100 సమాన భాగాలు చేస్తే ప్రతి సమాన భాగాన్ని 1 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ అని అంటున్నాం. ఈ విధంగా 0 డిగ్రీ నుంచి 100 డిగ్రీల అంటే 100 ఈక్వల్ డివిజన్స్ ఆర్ మేడ్ బిట్వీన్ 0 degrees to 100 degrees, where water melts to the evaporates. Between this range, it is made into 100 equal parts, and each equal part is called 1 degree Celsius. In that way, Celsius scale is used. To measure temperature, some device is required. The device is thermometer. Already I said how the thermometer is constructed. The first thermometer was invented by Mr. Galileo. That was in 1593. Let me discuss that. We use different kinds of thermometers to measure temperature based on the requirements, such as a clinical thermometer, digital thermometer, laboratory thermometer, thermophiles, and so on and so forth. We use in whatever way we can use it, we use it. But on what principle thermometer works? It is a simple principle. Principle is very simple. Apart from digital thermometers, of course, digital thermometers also work on this only. Matter expands on heating. Thermometer ఏ నియమం మీద ఆధారపడి పనిచేస్తుంది అని అంటే ఉష్ణాన్ని ఇచ్చినప్పుడు పదార్థాలు వ్యాకోచిస్తాయి. All the materials, more or less all the materials, expand on heating. All the materials are, but they should follow some principles which will be very convenient for us to measure. Among them, two are considered. One is mercury, the other is alcohol. So most of the thermometers, mercury is used as the expansion material. And in some of the thermometers, alcohol also is used. That already we discussed in the previous session. So clinical thermometers are used by doctors, and the scales on the clinical thermometers were already seen in the previous class. Okay, in clinical thermometer, Fahrenheit scale is mentioned. Here it is 94 degree to 100 degree Fahrenheit. It is marked. The normal temperature of a human body, usually on Celsius scale, it is 37 degrees Celsius, whereas in the Fahrenheit scale, it is 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. But in a clinical thermometer we observe one kind of clink in it. This clink prevents the mercury to come down when the object is not contact with the body. So this is essential to measure the temperature of human body. And sometimes this we did not discuss in the previous session, I am going to teach now. So in a laboratory, we use thermometers, laboratory thermometers. These days, laboratory thermometers are of different kinds. They can also measure the negative temperatures. They can also measure the more than 200, 300 degrees Celsius. See, very low values and very maximum values. If you are conducting an experiment in a laboratory with very cold bodies, their temperature will be lesser than 0 degrees Celsius. So the marking is different for the different purposes. But usually in weather forecast, we hear the word maximum temperature and minimum temperature recorded at a particular place. Do you? Yes. So at the time of a place, how can they record maximum and minimum temperatures? For that, we use 6 maximum minimum thermometer. 6 maximum minimum thermometer enables us. So here you can see the 6 maximum minimum thermometer. This enables us to record minimum temperature and maximum temperature of the day at a time. See here, in this case, this is giving minimum temperature, whereas this is giving maximum temperature of the body. So in 6 maximum and minimum thermometer, here 2 things we are using. So the black colored thing is mercury and the other part is alcohol. But in some other thermometers, usually what we see is only mercury is used or either alcohol is used, not both. But in 6 maximum and minimum thermometer, we are using mercury as well as alcohol. So here in the bulb B, there is some gap. This is not vacuum. This is filled with alcohol vapors. This is filled with alcohol vapors. When will we find the alcohol vapors? When there is hotness, this alcohol changes into vapors. If the vapor density is more, it compresses down. చూడండి ఇక్కడ 6 గరిష్ట కనిష్ట ఉష్ణమాపకాన్ని మనం గణించినప్పుడు ఇది ఒక ప్రాంతంలో ఉండేటటువంటి గరిష్ట కనిష్ట ఉష్ణోగ్రతలని ఏకకాలంలో గుర్తుపట్టడానికి లేదా నమోదు చేయటానికి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది అన్నమాట. ఈ 6 మాక్సిమం మినిమం గరిష్ట కనిష్ట ఉష్ణమాపకం యొక్క గొప్పతనం ఏంటంటే ఈ థర్మామీటర్ లో యూ షేప్ ఉన్నటువంటి ఈ గొట్టంలో పాదరసాన్ని వాడినాం, మర్క్యూరీని వాడినాం. అట్లాగే మిగతా కనపడేటటువంటి 2 బల్బుల్లో ఏం వాడినాం? మనం ఆల్కహాల్ వాడినాం. చూడండి, మనం థర్మామీటర్ లో సాధారణంగా మర్క్యూరీని వాడుతున్నాం, కానీ ఇక్కడ రెండిటిని వాడుతున్నాం. ఈ బల్బు బిలో పై భాగంలో ఖాళీ ప్రాంతం ఉంది. ఈ ఖాళీ ప్రాంతం ఉపయోగం ఏంటి? ఎందుకు దీన్ని పూర్తిగా నింపొచ్చు కదా. నింపినప్పుడు ఒకవేళ ఇది ఎక్స్పాండ్ అయింది అనుకుందాం, ఆల్కహాల్ గాని మెర్క్యూరీ గాని ఎక్స్పాండ్ అయినప్పుడు మరి ఎటువైపు జరుగుతుంది? సో ఫర్ ద మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ మర్క్యూరీ ఇన్ ద కాలమ్, యూ షేప్డ్ కాలమ్, దేర్ ఈస్ సమ్ గ్యాప్. ఈ ఖాళీ స్థలం దేనితో నింపబడి ఉంటుందంట? ఆల్కహాల్ ఆవిరుల చేత నింపబడి ఉంటుంది. ఎప్పుడైతే ఉష్ణోగ్రత పెరిగిందో ఆల్కహాల్ ఆవిరి వ్యాకోచిస్తుంది లేదా ఆల్కహాల్ వ్యాకోచిస్తుంది. ఇది కంప్రెస్ అంటే పీడనం పెరిగి దీనిని క్రింది ఇక్కడ ఉండేటటువంటి ఇండికేటర్స్ ఉన్నాయా, ఈ ఇండికేటర్స్ ని క్రిందకి జరుపుతుంది అనమాట. ఎప్పుడైతే చల్లబడుతుందో ఇక్కడ గ్యాప్ ఏర్పడుతుంది, మళ్ళీ ఏమవుతుంది? ఇక్కడికి ముందుకి జరుపుతుంది. ఈ విధంగా ఈ స్కేలుని వినియోగించి ఒక ప్రాంతంలో ఉండేటటువంటి గరిష్ట కనిష్ట ఉష్ణోగ్రతలను సులభంగా చూసుకోవచ్చు. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, స్కేల్ మనకి రెండిట్లో ఒకేలాగా మార్క్ చేయబడలేదు. ఏ బల్బులో -డిగ్రీల నుంచి క్రిందికి వస్తున్నప్పుడు పాజిటివ్ గా అవుతుంది, కానీ బి స్కేల్ పైన మైనస్ విలువల నుంచి మొదలై పాజిటివ్ విలువలకు పోతున్నాయి. అంటే ఏ స్కేల్ను ఉపయోగించి ఆ ప్రదేశం యొక్క చల్లదనాన్ని మనం మెజర్ చేస్తే, అంటే లీస్ట్ టెంపరేచర్ ఆఫ్ ద డే ని we can record by using the bulb A, whereas by using the bulb B or a hand B, we can measure the temperature to the maximum of that place by using. In this way, this is called 6 maximum and minimum thermometer. From this easily we can measure the temperature of a place. Usually weather reporters use this thermometer. In your science laboratories also it might be displayed to record the temperature on certain day. In this way we try to understand different type of thermometers. Okay, maximum minimum temperature is used to record the temperature of a place, maximum and minimum that day. Next, we know we are using two different units. One is Fahrenheit unit and another is Celsius unit. But how to convert? If you know 36 degrees Celsius, how much it is equal in Fahrenheit? 37 degrees Celsius, you know how much it is equal to in Fahrenheit. So already I said human body temperature normally is at 37 degrees Celsius. But if the same thing expressed in Fahrenheit, it will be equal to 98.4 Fahrenheit. So to convert from one unit to the another, we have a formula. C by 100 is equal to, C is divided into 100 equal parts. F minus 32 by 180. By using this, easily we can convert the units from degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. అట్లాగే ఇంకొకటి మనం చెప్తున్నాం థెర్మిస్టర్ థర్మామీటర్. ఇది కూడా ఒక రకమైనటువంటి థెర్మామీటర్. సో హియర్ థెర్మిస్టర్ థర్మామీటర్ యూస్ టు మెజర్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీ, particularly for the infant children. That diagram also we say this is a small cell phone looking like. This is the thermistor. See here, they may ask the child, or they may ask the child to hold this so that it gives the body temperature. So this is one kind of temperature. And thermometers these days, digital thermometers are used to measure the temperature. So here we can see the diagram of digital thermometer. These days, even the doctors use this because it gives in digital way numbers. Usually, it is easily readable, and when the expansion or when the reading comes, it gives some beep sound or some other. It says into it gives the measure in two different scales. It's a degree Celsius scale or a degree Fahrenheit scale. So but in this thermometer, usually we don't use what mercury or alcohol, but we use the sensors, hot sensors, heat sensors we use, and that reads the temperature and gives accurately. So it is not hazardous. But mercury thermometers, if you use, if it is inserted in the mouth of the child, if he breaks it, the mercury may enter the mouth of the children. So we have to handle very carefully when we are using mercury thermometers. Mercury is somewhat hazardous. Mercury అంతా మంచిది కాదు, ప్రమాదకరమైనది. కాబట్టి mercury థర్మామీటర్ల కంటే digital thermometers ఒకంత మంచివి. So here laboratory thermometers are used to measure hotness or coldness of the bodies of different materials when we are conducting the experiments that we see. So here we can see all the diagrams. The long one here, 101 degree, 110 Fahrenheit to 95 Fahrenheit. This is a clinical thermometer. In the clinical thermometer, there is a small constriction that we call it is as clink. So we also know the use of it. Already we know about it. And here, a thermistor and digital 6 maximum and minimum thermometers are being displayed here. You can have a look at it. And later, now let us try to understand some points, some facts regarding temperature. That's what we say. Laboratory thermometer used to measure the temperature of objects. In electric heaters, electrical energy is converted into heat. So we use electric heaters or geysers for what purpose? To get heat energy, to hot the objects. So that is here electrical energy is converted into heat energy. Even in the gas stove, most of the gas stoves, what we use are gas cylinders. The cylinders are filled with pentane gas. Pentane gas, when we speak, the chemical, this chemical this chemical energy converts into hot energy in solar system. In solar energy, hot energy. So solar energy is converted into heat, that we know. In a steam engine, steam heat energy is converted into mechanical energy, that we see hot. So here some of the applications what we see on. We wear woolen clothes, woolen and dark colored clothes during the winter. Why? Woolen clothes do not allow the hotness of our body to transfer from our body to the cold air around us. మన చుట్టూ ఉన్నటువంటి చల్లని గాలిలోనికి మన శరీర ఉష్ణోగ్రతని పోకుండా woolen బట్టలు ఏం చేస్తాయి? ఆపుతాయి. That's why we use woolen clothes. And also air gaps between the what to say fibers of the woolen resist the temperature of our body to transfer to the air outside. So we feel very warm and comfortable during the winter season when we wear woolen clothes. మనము ఉన్ని దుస్తులు ఎందుకు ధరిస్తాము అని అంటే చలికాలంలో మన శరీరం చాలా వెచ్చగా కంఫర్టబుల్ గా ఉండటానికి ధరిస్తామన్నమాట. మన ఉన్ని దుస్తుల్లో ఉండేటటువంటి ఆ దారాల మధ్యలో ఉండేటటువంటి ఆ గాలి ఒక కంబలి లాగా పనిచేసి మన శరీర ఉష్ణోగ్రతని శరీర గాలిలోకి పంపకుండా చేస్తుంది. అట్లాగే we wear light colored cotton clothes during summer season. See, to the nature, to the atmosphere, to whether we are adopting ourselves to be comfortable. సో అదే చలికాలంలోనైతేనేమో వులెన్ క్లోత్స్ బాగా ముదురు రంగు బట్టలు వేసుకుంటున్నాం. కానీ ఎండాకాలం వచ్చేసరికి మనం కాటన్ నూలు దుస్తులు వేసుకుంటాం. ఎందుకు? కాటన్ బాగా కంఫర్టబుల్ గా ఉంటుంది. మనకొచ్చే చెమటని అది అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకుంటుంది ఒకటి. అట్లాగే ఎక్కువ ఉష్ణాన్ని బయట నుంచి శరీరానికి రానివ్వదు. సో usually we wear white colored clothes, cotton clothes during the summer season. If the color is light, then sun rays which enter or which touches our body will be less. Those are very comfortable. So some facts are given here. In Libya, which is in a part of Africa, on a particular day in the year 1922, so see, the high temperature was recorded. Air even in the shade was as high as 58 degrees, not outside the air, inside, in the shade. See, it is a very, very high temperature. Normal temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius. See, when we compare with that is 58, that is nearly 21 degrees Celsius more. Our body is at a low temperature. Degree is very cold, and whereas the temperature of air is very high, that is 58 degrees Celsius. Our body tries to acquire energy from that air. That means our body is under boiling. So it may be very, we may feel uncomfortable and very hot. The lowest temperature recorded somewhere in Antarctica was minus 98 degrees Celsius. At 0 degrees Celsius, all the water freezes. But imagine if it is minus 89 degrees Celsius. Even in areas where there we get snow and all, people exist. How? They build their houses in such a way that they can combat the temperature outside. So they may arrange heaters, or even the water have to be heated. Electrical heaters they use, and anyway they try to survive themselves. So already we have seen this clipping. There are so many types of thermometers which we use to measure the temperature. So already we discussed in the previous class. Why do we use mercury as the element or the material in a thermometers? పాదరసాన్ని థర్మామీటర్లలో ఎందుకు వాడుతున్నాము అని అంటే it has 6 advantages you see. Mercury is the one and only metal available in liquid state. For equal amounts of heat, it expands uniformly. సమాన ఉష్ణోగ్రతలకు సమానంగా అది expand అవుతుంది. It is an opaque and shining body. Therefore, easily we can recognize, గుర్తుపట్టొచ్చు, మార్క్ చేసుకోవటానికి సులభంగా ఉంది. కాంతి అపారదర్శక పారదర్శక పదార్థం కాదు కాబట్టి అన్నిటికంటే ముఖ్యంగా ఇది గ్లాసుకు అతుక్కోదు. ఒకవేళ గ్లాసుకు అతుక్కొని ఉంటే అది ఎక్కడి వరకు ఉంది అనేది మనకు తెలియదు. సో గ్లాసుకు అతుక్కోకుండా ఉంటుంది. So it easily expands, మంచి conductor of heat, and also it is easily available in pure state. Though mercury is a metal, it does not much react with the different things. So one more thing, we use alcohol. Why do we alcohol in thermometers? It can be used. It can be used to record low temperatures. It expands high degree with low degree temperature. So it also can be colored so that easily identify, it can be colored. That's why we use in thermometers. So up to now we discussed few things. So based on that, let us answer these questions. You can respond now. You can read the question. The question number is given and some choices are also given. So you post your answers. Dear children, you are answering. First one, sorry. ఇది వెనకకు పోదా slide. Okay, now the first one, most of the children are answering water. Water is not correct, the correct answer. So what air expands most, but it is not consistent. At different temperatures, it expands different. Therefore, this cannot be used as element in the thermometer. The second one you are answering as fourth one, D is the answer. So in D, what is telling? It is a good conductor of heat. Of course, it is true. It is cheap. I don't know whether mercury is very cheap. I don't know where you are getting very cheaply. Mercury is costly. It is a metal. And second, it does not stick to the walls. Of course, it is true. So among four, we have three. That is second, third, and fourth. This is the right answer. Second, third, and fourth. Therefore, we can consider this B as the right answer. But most of the children see here the properties of mercury are given. But here we did not give the property. It is very cheap, so we are using. See all the 3 points other than the value of it are here. So your answer is, that's why when we are answering, look once and put. And next, the doctors use. What is the third question's answer? Let me see. Are you responding to the third question? So third question is B. Okay, doctors use clinical thermometer. Doctors use clinical thermometer. Right. It was the right answer from your part. Next. So here, you also can see some more temperature, some more questions. Then you try. Now you go through the questions and try to answer. At room temperature, mercury is in dash state. One question. Minus 17 degrees Celsius temperature is lesser than is lesser than 0 or greater than 0. No, I don't know what it is. You have to answer. First thermometer was invented by that we discussed. The normal temperature of a human body is. Some simple questions are given. Let me check your answers. Sixth one is second. Okay, of course. Fifth one is one. Okay. What about fourth? No one is answering to fourth. Let me see. Fourth is I don't know. Who is answered? Someone answered. Renusri from Raghunathapuram answered one answer. Of course, we shall see. And Aradhya from Pedda Adirala answered as two. Which one it is? For which question it is two? She did not mention the question. So when you are answering, you write question number first and later your choice. Then I can understand for which one you are answering. Okay, this fellow have written, Chandana have written 4 by B. 4 by B. I don't know, Tejasri, what it is 3, 5 by 1. Or else 5 dash 5.1 you can write. 5, 1. This is Aradhya, lesser than. Okay. So you're very few responses I am receiving. Nearly 60 children are there, but I could get only few. 4 by 3, 5 by 2. Okay, this is 5 by 2. What about 6th and 7th? You're not 7th 4. You're writing 7th 4. Someone have written, I don't, who is this? Teja, Sirisilla, from Sirisilla. 4 by 3, okay, 4 by 3. Fourth one is liquid. Okay, seventh one is 4. What about 6th? Already answered. Okay. Okay. Now, let me give the correct solution. At room temperature, mercury is in liquid state. Of course, mercury is a liquid metal. Okay, that is the right answer. And later, minus 17 degrees Celsius temperature is dash than the 0 degrees temperature. Minus 17 degrees temperature is dash than the 0 degrees temperature. Both the scale is same. Is it 0 degree Celsius, degree Celsius? Therefore, minus 17 degrees Celsius is lesser than the uh, 0 degrees Celsius. But if the minus 17 degrees Fahrenheit, if it is mentioned here, Fahrenheit is mentioned here, what will be your answer? You can respond. If minus 17 degree Fahrenheit is mentioned, what will be your answer? Lesser only still? Or two greater? May not be two greater, of course, greater. Because only option is there, greater, right. Next, let us move to the question number 6. Let us move to the question number 6. This, already I explained. I showed his figure also yesterday. So most of the children, I hope, have done it. What is the right answer for 6th question? Abhinav. I don't know. Annav. Emannao. Tinamanannava. Tell me the answer. Okay, 2. 2 is the right answer. Galileo. Which liquid you used in it? Can anyone type? The liquid used in the thermometer prepared by Galileo. Mercury. Mercury did not, Galileo did not use mercury. These days we are using mercury. Okay, air. Clink, whatever words you are, you are writing. Very good. So the normal temperature of a human body, it is given in degrees Celsius. What is the right answer? 37. We don't have option 37 here. Only 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to answer in that way only, no? Okay, 37 degrees Celsius. What is it equal in Fahrenheit? Option 4 is right answer. Most of all the children are writing. Good. I'm very happy you are responding. 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Very good. 98.4. Doctors use this scale, Fahrenheit scale, to measure the temperature of the body. Do you agree? Even you agree or want, it is true. Okay. Next. So few more questions are here. So here what you have to do is in the examination, we don't know what type of questions come. Let us practice. While practicing, read well. Read the question well. So here Galileo used dash in the same type of question in the previous what I just to go through these questions once. Go through these questions and answer. Check. Read well first. Read well. I'll give some time. Okay, children, I hope you have done it. See here, eighth question. Galileo used this is as substance in the thermometer that already we discussed. So what was your answer? Let me check. Which question? It is eighth. The eighth answer is most of the children are writing 3. Some children are writing 2. Just now I said mercury, they don't need that time. I don't think they used mercury. It is air only. Okay, that is answer is 3. The Renu 3. Try to note it. Next, ninth question. What was the answer for ninth question? The thermometer is used by the weather reporters. But also I showed the figure now. A 6 maximum and minimum thermometer. Here the only 6 is given. 6th thermometer. Okay. The 10th question, the range of temperature and clinical thermometer. This is given in degrees Celsius. So the range in 10th question, what is your answer? 10th question, one Harshita has written first one 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. 10th question, please respond. Few more answers I require. I expect from you. All are answering 8th, very good. But what about 10? Haripriya has given 1. Okay. Who is this fellow? Ammu. Who is Ammu? Hi guys, what happened to you? First you respond to the question number 10. Oh, Shiva Gaud also. You also can respond to question number 10. Question number 10, someone responded. Renusri. It is not Renusri, I think. Teja 2. Teja 2. 10 by 2. Okay, now you are answering correctly. Once one fellow answered rightly, then you are copying it. Okay, it is for 35 to 45. Most some cases it may be for up to 47. Okay, 10th answer is right. It can be marked as 2. 10 by 2. Okay. And 11th answer. This also most of the children will answer correctly because this has been explained much time, is it? So here constriction, another word may be used. And what is the 11th answer? Dash prevents mercury level from falling from its own place to the own in a clinical thermometer. So 11th, someone is telling 1. I don't think 1. It is not 1 Tejasri. Of course, in capillary tube, it expands. The capillary tube itself, there is a constriction which we call as clink. So clink prevents mercury level falling from on its own in a clinical thermometer. So now we have seen a few more questions and I'll show some more questions and respond for that. Okay, there are a few more questions. So 4 more questions are shown here. Try to write the answers for this. So when you are answering, first identify the wrong one, which has no relation with it. Eliminate. Method of, if you know the exact answer, certainly you will choose it. But if you are unable to decide which answer is right, go for the elimination method, which is not at all related to that. Just you, what to say, delete it and go for the correct one. Ignore it. Okay. I hope now you can answer. 12th question. If we add glucose to water, the temperature of water will. It is a common experience. That's why most of the Renusri have answered correctly. Most of the children, because it is a common experience. So it decreases temperature. Which means what? ఏమై ఉండొచ్చు ఎందుకు అది డిక్రీజ్ అయిపోయింది temperature of the water. That means glucose is absorbing water temperature from the water. Next, boiling point of water in Fahrenheit scale. See how beautifully the question was framed. What is the correct answer for this 13th question? 1. 13th, I don't know, Srinithya. 12th one, most of the children are answering. 13th question, Sanat Kumar have written 1, 3. 13th question 1, 13th question 3, 13th question no. Still, I give some more time. 1 more minute of time to. Already I said 2 are wrong. So you have to choose 1 more 2. 13th, most of the children are writing. Here, read the question properly. Boiling point of water in Fahrenheit scale, not Celsius scale. It is 212. It is 212. 4th is the answer. No one have answered correctly. We are writing, see, F minus 32 by 180. 180 plus 32, how much? 212. In that way, how to answer. So while answering, you should be very careful how to read it. Which is, I have given the scale also for you. C by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. From that, if you solve 100, if you substitute in the place of C, you can get the answer for that easily. And 14th question, in a gas stove, already we discussed it, gas stove, which energy? What is the question? Chemical. Okay, most of the children, only 2 children. Most of the children, have you answered previously? No. 14th question, what is happening? You are interested on another part than the questions part. Most of the children, I don't know what is happening to you. So chemical energy is converted into heat energy here. And 15th question you go for, which of the following instrument is used to measure the temperature of the body, particularly in infant children? Thermistor, of course, it is a thermistor. So this is regarding temperature. With this, I think 4 chapters are over. So we completed force, we completed friction, we completed motion and time, and we completed temperature, sorry, heat and temperature, measurement of heat. So I try to give the questions in which way it is asked in the examination. 4 chapters are over. And in the next class, we will start with chemistry, 1 chapter, because already 4 physics chapters are over. So in the next class tomorrow, we shall go for the 1 chemistry part for chapter. So prepare well, and while answering, read the question properly and try to eliminate the wrong answers and try to find the correct answer. Okay. Anyway, there may not be negative marks in the examination, but choosing the right one is gaining a mark. That's what you have to do. And all the best. This is the time for the next class, I think. So you can join the class. Thank you very much. All the best. Did the master join the class? Okay, I'm leaving. Thank you very much. Prepare well for the exam.